Ah. Lembra dette? Vi ses.
With knowledge, the body purifies itself. Making experiments with knowledge, it elevates itself. In the lover of knowledge, all instincts become holy. In the elevated, the soul becomes gay. Hello, and today we're misreading Nietzsche. Now, I had it planned for this misreading series to maybe be more interesting, but I don't really have enough time to work that out. So I really just want to address a few major things and topics and people that I think people misunderstand and don't really and have some major misconceptions. This one is probably going to be an obvious one, and for anyone who's clicking on here to probably mostly reaffirm what they already know and think, or you can share this with your friends who don't understand this kind of thing yet. I don't know. It's up to you. You have a radical free will and all that. So, anyways, Nietzsche. Oh, what's the main misreading of him? Oh, I couldn't think. With, a sweet mustache like that. What could people mistake you for? I don't know. A nihilist? Yeah, that's probably going to be the big thing. So I think what provoked me to do this, because I've always kind of been where it's, you're sitting there and you're oh, yeah, most people do know that within anyone who's taken, Philosophy 101 probably knows that Nietzsche is in fact not a nihilist, but, his face still adorns a lot of Facebook pages with the name nihilist that are not ironically nihilists, but actually nihilists, so, who knows? And I think I heard some YouTuber in the Skeptosphere was talking about Nietzsche and was saying he was a nihilist, and that kind of was these people who proclaim to read a lot of philosophy. I can't remember if it was Sargoy or not, whatever, but somebody said it, and they kind of just said it as a passing statement, so they weren't getting into the ontologies of Nietzsche or anything, they weren't going into some of these things. I can't remember. It was a while ago, and maybe he was having, I hope he wasn't having a conversation with Jordan Peterson, which I have some qualms with, and that'll come up, I'm sure, in the next misreading video. But anyways, yeah. When anybody says Nietzsche is a nihilist, unironically, you get an angry react out of me. So, there's that. Because one of the main things, the reason, there might be a few reasons he's associated with nihilism. One thing I kind of thought before and after was his there's some anomalous signification of the name, because Nietzsche and nihilism start with the same two letters and have maybe half 0.25 of their letters the same. It's probably not that, but I tried to find maybe some reason why they would link the two together based on name alone, and I couldn't really find anything to really justify that. And I know this is kind of low-hanging fruit, but I think it's just to clear the air, because some people still don't understand, and you can send this to your friends who maybe keep saying it as a joke or something, I don't know, or some people really don't understand, and I'd like to enlighten them. Yeah, because one of Nietzsche's main points, and I'm sure there's a lot of other things people actually misread with Nietzsche on a higher level, and I know of a few that I can think of, and you could say I'm misreading him too, and there's the point of the subjective reading of things, where you can get different interpretations out of things, but there's some things that are kind of more objective about a piece or work or an interpretation of something than they are not. And one of the things about Nietzsche is definitely the fact that he was the absolute opposite of a nihilist, because one of the main things he talked about was that the Christian theology and many of these other religious ideologies and other things were very nihilistic, because they wanted death and they wanted the end of the world, kind of, in some way, but they never wanted to live in their own kind of life. But that's putting it badly. But essentially, yeah, there was always a death drive, specifically, and they just bowed down and said, oh, I'm waiting for death to come to my end of that, which, and that there's no meaning in life, because there's no meaning in this personal life other than going into the next life, which we're not assured of as well, so there's that. which is kind of the big thing. And he was railed against that, and he thought that was what was kind of destroying Europe and everything kind of in a slow and different way, I believe, if I'm reading it right. But yeah, like anyone who's probably taken, haven't taken a Phil 101. Maybe I will. I'm not a philosophy major. But yeah, anybody who's even spent a few seconds on an actual philosophy meme page could probably tell you that Nietzsche is not a nihilist. But still, I think there's some people who don't understand that, and so I just wanted to make, a little video about my favorite mustached philosopher, who in fact is all over my phone. Because, but nobody's ever understood that reference. I hate life. And remember, existence is futile unless you strive to make it otherwise. To shot for color and clarity and other such things. Trial of all crimes, except in case of impeachment, shall be jury.